Welcome back. Today we're going over the 5 most controversial updates to ERLC this year. Some didn't even make it to the game. Now I do want to start by saying I'm not hating on the developers or the community or even the game. It's been my home for content over the last 3 years and I really do want the game to grow. So I think by analysing what updates the community didn't like, the ERLC developers next year can build upon that. Starting off earlier in the year with the mobile update, and probably the least controversial out of all of these. Now we first got wind of the mobile update coming to ERLC on the 24th of February, when they announced that next week ERLC will be coming to your mobile device. They then did a giveaway of a new phone, Roblox gift cards and in-game cash, so all didn't seem too bad. Now when ERLC arrived to tablet over a year ago, a lot of people were arguing about how the game will be filled with kids, fair role-playing, running around, and just making the game worse. The same point was brought up when the mobile update came out, saying even more kids will hop on their phones and public servers won't be fun anymore. Now personally, I don't believe mobile support brought too much fair roleplay to public servers and actually has increased the concurrent player count of ERLC all the way to today. Now apart from mobile players swarming public servers, there were two other parts to this update that affected every player in ERLC. 90% of the UIs in game were updated, and the new Roblox 2022 textures were added. And quite simply, there was a split in the community. Those who loved the new textures and UIs, and those who didn't. The new textures were simply the new ones that Roblox provided to developers, and the UIs, well, everyone sort of forgot about it after a few weeks. Moving on to the Police Week update in late May. And it was only a relatively small part of this update that caused some controversy, and that was the updated vehicle tunings. You see, the ERLC devs were going to try something different. For years now, the vehicle tuning has remained relatively the same. Of course with some improvements, as well changes to the vehicle HUD, but I suppose this was the biggest so far. Instead of the fastest vehicle in the game being the Bugatti topping out at roughly 170 miles an hour, the civilian Dodge Challenger topped out at over 100 miles an hour more than what the Bugatti could originally do. Vehicle speeds were pretty much all over the place, with some police explorers being able to do over 300 miles an hour. Many players thought this was the end of ERLC as a realistic roleplay simulator on Roblox, turning it more into an arcade driving game aimed at younger kids. Luckily, within 6 hours, the developers listened to the community feedback and reset the vehicle tuning. Number 3 on our list is the ERLC Summer Update Part 2. Part 1 brought us custom ELS to private servers, new vehicles, a new fire department, new buildings, and map appearance improvements. It was a bit smaller than previous summer updates, but everyone was pretty happy with it, considering we had a Part 2 around the corner. However, when Part 2 arrived over a month later, players were not too happy with what was in store. With features such as being able to mine the caves, safe robberies, drones, key fob for a car, and a DMV update. Whilst a lot of these could be used for good role-playing, many thought that this was quite underwhelming, having waited over a month for Part 2. Moving forwards to October, when ERLC introduced a quality of life update including a Boombox UGC. This was a collaboration with a music company called Relics and cost 300 Robux to buy. When you wore it in ERLC, it gave you the ability to listen to music, sort of like a mini version of Spotify. The main negative community feedback surrounding this was the fact that it cost 300 Robux and it wasn't really realistic, I suppose. This was banned by a lot of roleplay servers pretty quickly, and many people just thought they could use Spotify instead. And fast forwards to December. Only 1 week ago as of recording, a VIP subscription Game Pass was set to be introduced to ERLC with their winter update, and players were not happy. Many stating that the game was becoming too pay to win. Now PRC did delete the tweet where they announced this, but from what I can remember, some of the perks that it would give you: a custom car, monthly money, and some extra perks and bonuses in game. Neither the price or specific perks it gave you was ever revealed, and the idea has since been disbanded. Now ERLC did have many updates this year that players did actually like, but I think the common theme between the updates that players didn't like and got the most controversy surrounding them were the updates that made the game, I suppose, less realistic to roleplay in. Like me, a lot of the player base in the ERLC Discord or following the Twitter, they just want to roleplay in the game. And when ERLC starts to deviate from the realistic roleplay features by adding boom boxes or adding a VIP subscription, many players just feel like the roleplay community of the game is being left unheard. Now, I can assure you, PRC developers do not intentionally leave the roleplay community unheard. They built this game from the ground up to be a roleplay game them and their friends could roleplay in, and as the game grew and grew, they had to make the game suitable for more audiences. Now, I would love to hear from you all. What would you love to see in ERLC next year? If you could add one feature, what would it be? Again, I didn't make this video to hate on PLC staff, developers, the game, or the community. I thought it would just be interesting to look back at which updates didn't work out so well this year, and so hopefully ERLC can continue growing next year by focusing on the updates that did work. Thanks so much for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.